spreading positive energy all the time. Good to see you all this evening. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great day. Good to see you. Cooked with Love. XYZ. Rasta Man. Come on in, everyone. More power. Good to see you. I got on this heavy vest today. Trying to put my hours in. Hopefully I can make it through the show. I've had it on for a minute. It's getting heavier and heavier. Hopefully I can hopefully I can make it through. Let me tie this hair up so it won't be getting all in the way. Hopefully I can make it through. So I'm working, trying to put on some muscle. Over the next 2 years. Trying to really put on a lot of gains before January and then start from there next year as I finally complete my goal. I've been working on this for some years now. This is the first year where I'm actually going to bulk up. First, I've been just trying to get in shape. Took about 3 years doing that. Went slow because of my age. So I had to go slow. This thing is heavy. This is what I'm wearing right here. Weighted vest. I took the ankle weights off while I'm sitting down. That's not going to be good for my circulation to be sitting down with these ankle weights on. These are a pound. I think. Feels like more than a pound to me, but that's what it says. Walking with these on and with this on is it's rough. Let me tell you straight up. It's rough. I went to the store with this on, walked, and walked back with the groceries. Man, I'm telling you. You can hear it rubbing on this seat. I hope it don't be messing up my show. But yeah, I thought I'd talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I walk with the vest. It's not that bad when you first put it on. 16 pounds. 16 pounds. It's not too bad at first. I'll take it off in a minute. I'm not going to do the whole live stream with it on. But yeah, I want to talk about Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to take it off. It's making too much noise on this seat. I don't want to hear all that. I'm gonna talk about, you know, uh, building muscle. You know, because a lot of people they go plant based and they kind of don't exercise. You know, to the point where you got people that's plant based that's overweight, right? This thing is heavy. Whew. So you got a lot of people that's plant based, but they're not working out. They're not exercising. So I thought I'd try to encourage everybody, since I'm doing it, to eat right, get plenty of vegetables, plenty of fruit, and plenty of exercise. Now, you can get exercise just to keep the body moving. That's great. But as you age, you might want to put a little muscle on. You don't have to be fanatic, but you need to put a little muscle on. The thing about putting muscle on, it kind of intensifies your workout. And so it's one thing to work out calisthenics and all that, but to actually put muscle on, you got to push a little harder. You know, you can't just go and get on the treadmill. You can't just go take a walk. You have to pick up some weight, whether it's your body weight or some workout weights, barbells, whatever. You got to pick up some weight. You can use resistant cords too. That's just like picking up weight. But nothing is like weight when it comes to building muscle, and picking up extra weight. Picking up weight to build muscle helps you pick up your body. It helps you stand up, sit down, walk, stops you from being feeble, increases your balance, and all that. Now, there's a vegan, my brother. I've been watching him for years. You might want to go check him out. His name is Vegan Gains. And when I first started watching Vegan Gains, he was a little bit slimmer than he is in this picture. And to watch him over the years put on muscle has been impressive. If you're trying to be motivated, go check out Vegan Gains. See how much bigger he's gotten? And he's done it all in front of his subscribers. He did a great job. I'm going to get him over here and interview him. But you might want to go check him out if you need some encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Go check out my brother Vegan Gang. Tell him Pharaoh said that sent you over from Vegan Intel. This is his channel right here. He has 308,000 subscribers. And very interesting. Very good program. Very good program. So go check out my boy Vegan Gang. Tell him Pharaoh sent you over there. Yeah, well, the thing about protein has always been just people that don't study. All protein comes from plants. So it's these people don't study. All protein comes from plants. Protein doesn't come from meat because meat is actually animals. They just call it meat, but it's animals. And the animals get the protein from the plants. If it's an animal that eats animals, it's eating animals that gets the protein from the plants. So like a lion eating a gazelle and all that, the gazelle, where did the gazelle get the protein from for the lion? The lion's getting secondhand protein from the gazelle. The gazelle is getting firsthand protein from the vegetation. So that's always been, a myth. Not a bad thing. People weren't that much educated. Industrial age, we're just coming out of the industrial age. Industrial age wasn't highly intelligent. The industrial age pretty much started, doing a whole bunch of diseases, polio and all that. It took them a long time to figure that out. So when you look back, you think we advanced, but when you look forward, you see, we're not as advanced as some people might think. When I first became a vegan, there was no information like it is now. Matter of fact, I didn't even know I was a vegan. I thought I was a vegetarian. And so there's more information now. So most people that's still saying where you get your protein aren't well educated on that subject. So they kind of talking from an uneducated mindset, like repeating like really old information. Because the idea that you got to eat meat to get protein, that's like I would say like 1980. You know what I'm saying? It's like 1980 knowledge. By the 90s, we knew better. But 1980, that was pretty much around that era. Nobody really even knew about plant-based or anything like that, so they were just asking questions. Not knowing that they was vegetarians in India for a long time. Thailand, been vegans in Thailand for a long time. So People in the West didn't really know about other cultures like that. Right. So people didn't know too much about that. About the blue zones. Americans don't know too much about that. The blue zones, they plant based. The blue zones, a region where people tend to live to 100 or older, is called a blue zone. These are areas identified as having a higher than usual concentration of centenarians, alongside other indicators of healthy aging. The term blue zone was popularized by researcher Dan Budner while studying longevity hotspots around the world. And the people that live in blue zones, they don't eat meat. And if they do, they eat very little. They're mostly vegetarian vegans in the blue zones, right? When did I become vegan? I became a vegan in 1978. I've been vegan now 47 years. But I didn't know I was a vegan. I thought I was a vegetarian. But I was a vegan because as a vegetarian, we knew that dairy has got too much cholesterol, could clog up your arteries. We knew that milk could make you have a lot of, mucus, catch colds easy. So a vegetarian eats dairy. I used to call myself a vegetarian that don't eat dairy. But later I found out he was a vegan. So yeah, 47 years. People thought I was crazy at that time. You know, people thought I was crazy at that time. There was a vegetarian society, and they decided to go vegan instead of vegetarian. And they took the word vegetarian and they took the middle part out. And that's where you get the word vegan from. The first three letters in vegetarian and the last two letters in vegetarian gets the word vegan. So this is the history of the word vegan. You know what I'm saying? This is the history of the word vegan. It comes from the word vegetarian. The vegetarian society started the vegan society, people that was vegetarians, and they took the first three letters out of vegetarian and the last two letters, first three letters in vegetarian and the last two letters in vegetarian, and made the word vegan. That's where that comes from. And so yeah, I'm 67, going on 68 in February, September, October, November, January. So I got 5 months. I'll be 68. I feel great. Good to see you, Angela. So I want to talk about muscle growth. To maximize muscle growth, aim to strength train 2 to 3 times per week, ensuring each major muscle group is worked at least twice weekly. A good starting point is 3 to 4 workouts per week, with sessions lasting 45 to 90 minutes. Now, nobody converted me. I mean, I seen Dick Gregory and I watched him talk, but I just used my common sense. I listened to Dick Gregory. I had a friend that was a vegan at that time, but it's something I decided to do on my own because from listening to the information, it made sense. You know, because little do a lot of people know now, uh, your health was always based around fruit and vegetables. It's that's always been the basis of health. Meat was never the basis of health. Only the modern generation with McDonald's and all of that. But back when I was growing up in the 60s, the main thing parents made you eat was your vegetables. That was the key. You had to eat your vegetables. My mother wouldn't even let you eat your meat until you eat your vegetables. You could take a couple bites, but you have to eat your vegetables. You have to eat your corn on the cob and your string beans and your black eyed peas and your sweet potato. That was the most. That was a must. That was considered your food. Meat was just there to just add so you could get a little fuller. But back in the 50s and the 60s, your food was the vegetables, not the meat. So my mother would make my plate and I pick the chicken up and start eating it. She'd say, put that chicken down and eat your food. And my food would be the other stuff, the cabbage or the greens, the black eyed peas, the cornbread, stuff like that. That was the food. When you look back at Popeye, he wasn't strong from no hamburger. He was strong from spinach. So vegetables have always been the most important thing to eat. And fruit was always a snack before candy and all of that. Right? So fruit and vegetables was a staple, you know, always. Now with the exercising and the muscle growth, for most people, 2 to 3 strength training sessions per week is sufficient. Some individuals may prefer splitting workouts and training up to 5 days a week, but adequate rest, at least 48 hours for the same muscle group, is crucial. Muscle group coverage. Ensure you're working all major muscle groups: chest, back, legs, shoulders, arms, and core throughout the week. Workout duration. Aim for 45 to 90 minutes per workout, focusing on exercises that challenge your muscles near failure. Progressive overload. Gradually increase the weight, reps, or sets over time to continually challenge your muscles and promote growth. Rest and recovery. Allow adequate rest between workouts, 48 to 72 hours for the same muscle group, to allow for muscle repair and growth. Individualization. Consider your individual goals, training experience, and recovery capacity when determining the optimal workout frequency and duration for you. In addition to strength training, cardiovascular exercise incorporate 150 minutes of moderate intensity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity cardio activity per week. 75 minutes per week is not much. You got 7 days, you only got to do like 10 minutes a day. Nutrition, support muscle growth with a balanced way of eating, including sufficient protein intake. Sleep, prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night for optimal muscle recovery and growth. And so this is why a lot of times I'll make a protein shake before I hit the gym. If I drink a lot, I'll hit the gym, that'll be fine. Sometime I'll drink a little bit and come back and drink a little bit again afterwards. But to get the muscle growth, I've been having to eat more. So I've been having to eat a lot more. So I have been eating a lot more to pack on the muscle. Because as you build a muscle, you have to feed it. Just like when you're growing plants, you plant a plant, you got to feed it nitrogen. When it gets to the middle stage, you got to make sure it's getting a lot of potassium. And when it gets to the end stage, you got to make sure it's getting a lot of phosphorus. So our bodies is the same way, but we need all of it all the time. But you need different things for different functions of the body. And if you're going to put on muscle, you're going to need all your vitamins, all of them. And you're going to need an adequate amount of protein, which is easy to get, quiet as it's kept. And so all the myths about, you got to eat meat, those myths have been busted. Some of the strongest people in the world now are vegans. He lifted the most broken world record. Lifting. That's Patrick. Patrick have broke the world record lifting. If you're trying to get encouraged, there's a documentary you should go see called The Game Changers. And it shows you all these top-notch athletes that are plant-based. The Game Changer. See, you don't eat meat. He's one of the strongest men in the world. No. No, baby line, you don't need meat. That was all just misinformation. You stopped at 20 years old, smart. He don't eat no meat. How the elephant get that big? See, when you see things like this should wake you up. Elephants do not eat meat. What's the biggest animal in the forest, in the jungle? It's the elephant. Don't eat nothing but plants. So where's the elephant getting his protein from? You eat the cow, right? To get the protein from the cow. Where does the cow get the protein from? You see, nobody never asked those serious questions. Where does the cow, if you get the protein from the cow, where did the cow get it from? So at this point, it's just really ridiculous at this point to even debate that you need meat. Look at the muscles. Giraffes don't eat meat, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. Look at the muscle just in the neck alone. Look at the legs, the top part of the legs. Look at all that muscle. This is solid muscle. Solid muscle. Y'all read what Angela gonna give you all the information. That's why she's over here. We got a dictionary right here, an encyclopedia. Angela gonna tell you all the facts. That's why she's a moderator. So that's just all been nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But, we can't be mad at the past generation. They didn't know any better. But they're terribly sick. Terribly sick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody could see, because you got to realize the way we've been eating in America is new. It's not old. And you got to know that not too many years before the 50s, people only was living to 47 years old in the in the 1800s. Exactly, Hakeem. No meat. Does he look like he needs meat? He don't look like he needs meat to me. So that information has been incorrect. Science has improved tremendously. And now we know about colon cancer, and we know about all this cancer. We know about our colon being stopped up. We know that we have to pass our food quicker. That food can't sit in there. So it's going to need some fruits and vegetables so that you stay clean. If you eat a lot of meat and bread and cheese, that's really not going to pass. You know, that's not going to pass. So we know better now. There's vegans that are in the best shape in the game. Top athletes, so many, I can't name them. But lots and lots of your top athletes are vegans, winning all type of awards. Like this brother right here, Gerhermy. It's increasing how long they can stay in the sport. Like Kathy say, Brother Kendrick, Olympic champion. And so all that stuff has been, and, you know, I would have thought that when my parents would feed me in the 60s, I would have thought we had been eating like that a long time. Only from research, I found out no, we hadn't been eating like that very long. And then now that it's changed because we don't eat like we used to eat in the 60s, and, you know, we don't eat like that anymore. We've we've altered it, but we've altered it for the worse. And another thing is we didn't have a good record of who was sick in the 50s and the 60s. So when I used to go down to Alabama, people were sick, but there was not a good record of it. They didn't really talk about it. They'll just be like, great auntie ain't feeling well. You know, back in those days, down south, Alabama, Mississippi, they would just be in the room sick in the house. They didn't even say diabetes. They used to say they had sugar. And they wouldn't let nobody see them. They would be kept in the room in the house. But their foot would be black and their leg would be black. Now, they didn't know about amputations. They didn't know about all that stuff back then. So those people just passed away with diabetes, but they called it sugar. They didn't know they even had diabetes. Yeah, the supernova Sloan and Queen Afua, he's like one of my heroes because he was born a vegan, and his mother's like at the forefront of this whole thing. I'm going to interview her. I'm just waiting till I get more people over here. I don't want to bring them to a small crowd. So when I get way more subscribers, I'm going to be interviewing everybody. I just don't think it's fair to bring people of that stature over here while I'm just building the channel. So we know better now. We're learning. But, when I found out from doing research, I found out, we wasn't even eating like this for no long time. You know, I found out the slaves would be hungry and they start eating these weeds. And those weeds was collard greens and mustard greens and turnip greens. And then that's when the slave owners found out about them because they asked the slaves, "What's that you cooking?" So that's fairly new in terms of the earth. People didn't even know about those things, and the slaves didn't eat well, and the whole United States changed the way they ate, like towards the late 50s and into the 60s, and that's when they, had a whole bunch of vegetables. Then they start swishing out dishes. So, like in the black community, I don't know about down south all the time. I know up north they switched out potato salad for mac and cheese. People didn't eat mac and cheese like that in the 60s. They ate potato salad. Mac and cheese kind of came really as you get towards the maybe 80s almost. Maybe the late 70s. I don't remember it too much in the 70s either, but the 80s, mac and cheese started making some noise. But I don't remember my mother cooking mac and cheese at all in the 60s. Potato salad was the replacement. That's interesting. So we're not never eating the same after so many years is already altering. People didn't eat a lot of meat. People didn't eat a lot of meat in the 50s and the 60s. People didn't start eating a lot of meat until the mid like 70s. Well, really maybe the early 70s. But the amount of meat that Americans eat now, Americans did not eat meat like that. Not at all. That's new. They didn't eat meat like that. That came with Church's Chicken. Really Church's Chicken and them, not really KFC because people was just buying one bucket of chicken from KFC. They wasn't buying a lot. And so now over the years, we've been eating, but we ain't been working out. So people are totally unhealthy. You know, uh, they're not healthy. And so we got to try to turn that around. We have to turn that around. You have to do more research on, the vegetables that really going to give you a lot of nutrition. You know, you have to do research on that. We have to really step our game up and do research on the foods we can eat to get all our everything we want to get. And now we have the science. We have the science. We didn't have the science before, but now we have the science. We know what's in the plants. You know, we know where every vitamin and every nutrient is at. We know what has what. We know how to make the meal a total meal. We found sources for things that we couldn't. We found more sources for protein. We found more sources for everything. We've gone to the sea, the plants in the sea, and found out they have many of the things that they thought you couldn't get. We know where the protein is at now. We know how much. We know how much we need to consume for the body. All that information is available now, as you can see. All these sources of protein. We know that now. And so now we know how to put our meals together to get the adequate amount of protein we need. We used to didn't know all of that, but now we've really uh, stepped our game up a lot. We know about all the various products like the hemp seeds, 10 grams of protein per serving. We only need 50 to 175 grams of protein a day. That's not hard at all. You should be eating 66 to 82.5 grams of protein a day. A lot of meat eaters are not getting that. Little do they know. They're not getting that. They just think they're getting it. They're not getting that. There's not as much protein in that stuff as they think. There's many different products you can get that you can eat throughout the day to make sure you get the adequate amount of protein. And to work out and to put on muscle, you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional with that. This is a good source of protein right here. Black sesame seeds, as I showed you, hemp seeds. It's great. When I go shopping, I'm always picking up various things that when I eat them throughout the course of my week, I get plenty of protein. This day I went shopping. I grabbed some flax seeds, some chia seeds, some hemp seeds. Plenty of protein. I usually blend them up and make my own protein powder that I take before I go work out. Lately, I've been doing a lot of tofu. You see tofu, peanuts, soy milk, split peas, chickpeas, quinoa, edamame, tempeh, beans, lentils, seitan. Is 100% juice much better than Papa soda? I hear that the sugar content is about the same and the body processes them similarly. Uh, the thing is that juice is by far better because for one, you won't you won't drink as much juice as you drink soda. For two, soda got artificial flavors, artificial color, preservatives. Juice doesn't. So what a lot of people don't tell you is that it's not it's not the sugar in the juice or the soda, it's the artificial things that's in the soda that's the most dangerous. Now, when you start talking about the amount of sugar in juice, when you drink a glass of juice, whatever amount of sugar is in a glass of juice is the amount of sugar you need when you up exercising and moving around. So you got to understand you're going to burn that sugar. You're going to burn that. That's fuel, right? So juice is not going to do anything to you. What you going to drink? 2 glasses? That's not going to do nothing. That's not going to do anything to you. Those are people trying to find something wrong with the natural thing. You ever heard? Because, okay, when you eat fruit, that's the same juice that's in the juice, right? Have you ever heard of anybody eating so many peaches that it did something to them? No. And so it's not like you're going to, the nutrition you're going to get out of juice is going to make you full quicker. What makes you drink more soda is you ain't getting nothing out of it. So anytime you're not getting any nutrition, you can consume more. When you're getting nutrition, you can consume less. So the reason so many people are overweight because they're eating food that's not satisfying them nutritionally. So you keep eating it and eating it. Your satisfaction comes from the nutrition. And so if you drink a glass of juice, you'll be full. You will not want any more juice. I can drink 3 sodas, but if those cans had juice, I couldn't drink that. I can drink a whole 2 liter of soda. A 2 liter of juice would be too much in one. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it because you're gonna be full because you're gonna get the nutrition out of it. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Could you drink a 2 liter of pineapple juice? Heck no. Anytime you get some pineapple juice, you only drink that little and that be it. You don't never keep going to get more pineapple juice. But a soda, and you have like a party, people that just keep drinking soda the whole party because it's not going to quench your thirst. So you're going to still be thirsty. It's not going to fulfill any nutritional value. So you're going to still be craving it. And it's highly processed to make you want more. You got to understand there's different types of sugar. There's good sugar and there's bad sugar. And so now juice ain't going to do nothing. I lived in Hawaii and we would go get mangoes and we would just eat mangoes till we don't want no more. That's all mango juice. That's not like if we drank soda. The way your body processes fruit juice is not the same way your body processes soda. They make soda and call it strawberry flavor. Ain't no strawberry in it. So you ain't getting nothing out of it. But if you blended up strawberries, you would get satisfied. You ain't going to get satisfied with strawberry flavor. It's not going to quench anything. So no, juice is not dangerous because nobody drinks juice like that. Nobody drinks juice like they drink beer and soda. Nobody. That's why they can sell just a quart of juice. You never see nobody go buy 2-3 quarts of juice, but you see them buy whole things of soda. 2-3 liters of soda. You go in the store, show me somebody buy 3 big jars of juice, but they'll buy 3 2-liters in a minute. Just like potato chips. You can eat more potato chips, but a baked potato, you ain't gonna eat no whole lot of baked potato, especially if the skin is on it. You know what I'm saying? So no, juice is fine because juice got a cutoff switch. You ain't gonna drink no lot of juice. You ain't gonna drink no lot of juice. The only reason you'll drink a lot of juice is it's not juice, it's cut. And they call it juice. Now that's different. because that's not juice. So if it's got a whole bunch of ingredients in it, yeah, you might drink a lot of that, but that's Kool-Aid. That's not really juice. That's like juice Kool-Aid. It's not really juice. Do I think taste buds are for the enjoyment of food? Uh, taste buds, taste buds are for the enjoyment of food for sure. And this is why they spend a lot of money to make sure to play and trick your taste buds. They spend a lot of money on rats. They do experiment on rats and animals to make something taste good to them. So they spend a lot of money manipulating your taste buds. But what they do is they alter your taste buds. So when you eat the regular food, it destroys your taste buds and create new taste buds. So now natural food ain't gonna taste good to you no more because your taste buds have been hijacked. So they hijack your taste buds. Like me, my taste buds are naturally hijacked. If I taste the stuff regular people taste, it'll taste nasty to me. Like a soda won't taste good to me. The only way a soda tastes good to me if it's 100% natural soda with all natural ingredients. But if you got any artificial ingredients in it, I can't drink it. It's gonna taste nasty. It's just like when you take a child. The first time mommy take a child to McDonald's, they will not eat that burger for nothing. They'll eat the fries. They'll drink the drink. But no little kid eat their hamburger the first time they go to McDonald's. They have to be trained to eat that. They will not eat it. Mommy have to say, eat your burger, eat your burger. They will not eat the burger. They'll eat the fries. But the only thing they'll really do for sure is the drink. They drink the drink. And they'll eat the fries. Do I like sparkling water? No, I don't. I just drink water. I don't dislike it. I just don't drink it. Yeah, I just don't drink it. I got a Berkey, so I purify my own water, so I don't buy water. Yes, it does, Angela. Baby, I grew up outside. Baseball, basketball, football, and there's a water faucet at the park. And we drank off the water faucet and we drank off the water hose. We drank water. Do you all know that the number one drink in the black community and in America in the 60s was water? Do you know white families and black families kept a pitcher of water in the refrigerator? And when you visit, the first thing they would offer you is a glass of water. That's the first thing they would offer you. Everybody had a pitcher in the refrigerator with ice water in it. And if a neighbor come by or a relative, the first thing they offer you is a glass of water. And water was the number one drink in the 60s. Water was number one. And people were drinking and going, ah, boy, I needed that. Yeah, it went on to the 70s a little bit. A pitcher of water in the refrigerator. I'm telling you, that was the number one drink, Tanya. That was the number one drink in America was water. Number one. Nothing was bigger than water. People had water on the table with the meals. That's why when you go to a restaurant, what's the first thing they do? When you go to a restaurant, they what the first thing they do? They fill up everybody's glass with water. That's tradition. A lot of people, that's all they drank with their food was water. That's it. They didn't drink. People didn't order nothing to drink at restaurants back in the 60s. People did not order anything to drink. No, I mean everybody got their own thing. Ice water was a big thing, but you got to understand we didn't have air conditioning like that. People had fans, so it was hot. So ice water wasn't really that cold. Baby, like if you in California, you in Arizona, ice water ain't really ice water. But it ain't really. They say it's ice, it's cold, but it's not really that cold. It's so hot that kind of offsets it. It's kind of cool, but it ain't cold. That's why nobody drink it in the wintertime. In these cities like Chicago, nobody drink cold water in the wintertime. Nobody drink no cold water in the wintertime. Hey, baby, like, don't nobody drink it in the cold city in the winter. Not even when they in the house. They drink it room temperature. Cold water is based on the environment. Because back in the day it used to be really hot. And when you would get a glass of water with ice in it and go sit on the porch, it'd be melting that quick. That ice be melted. It ain't like that ice be in there just in that glass of ice be gone. It's so cold outside, we put ice in our mouth. It's melting so fast because your mouth is warm, your face is warm. And when you put ice in your mouth, it would just disappear. Now, in a place like Chicago in the fall, you ain't gonna want to put no ice in your mouth. You're only gonna want to do that in the winter. I mean, in the summer. In the summer, when it's really hot, yeah. But if it's not really hot, you probably live in a warm climate, baby Lane, don't you? And water is very important if you're gonna work out. I take water with me when I work out because when you're working out, you have to constantly keep drinking water. You have to constantly drink water when you're working out. And you have to eat. And so uh, that's where that's where my big problem is now. I got to eat more because as a vegan, I don't eat. I might eat once or twice a day. And so that's what my thing is now with the working out and eating more. I'm sleeping. My my naps are longer, so I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing two things at one time. I'm eating more and I'm working out. So if I take a nap at 2 o'clock, usually if I take a nap at 2 o'clock, I'm gonna wake up at about 5, But now with all these extra exercises and extra food, I'm liable to lay down at 2 o'clock and wake up and it's 10 because my body's still adjusting to more exercise and more food. But I'm almost there. It's almost regulated. But I'm putting down a lot of protein and a lot of vitamins and a lot of food. And I've increased my vitamins so much that my hair is tripping. Like certain strands is like freaking out. Like, see? Like certain strands, like I got a strand over here and it's not normal. It just I don't know where it came from. And it's just super long. My nails, because I've increased my vitamins and nutrients and eating, my nails are growing like 3 times faster. I never used to cut my nails. My nails would grow, they would all grow out, and then one would break, and then two would break, and then three, and four, and five. But now they won't break. They've gotten like brick hard. I got to cut them. They're growing exceptionally fast from the nutrition. Or you could tell when you put in more nutrition intake, you could tell. You do more workouts, you could tell. All those things, your body going to respond for sure. You put more vitamins, more nutrients in there, you get a response. So I made it like a hobby. I'm taking a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not taking that, but I'm taking other stuff that's better, like L-lygine and stuff like that. I'm taking the L-lygine that's making my body build its own collagen. Because collagen comes from animals, but we make collagen too. But you got to have the L-lygine to make the collagen. You can make your own collagen. So I'm doing the L-lygine, stuff like that. Choline every now and then, not too much of that. I'm taking supplements because the type of muscle I'm trying to put on, the food won't do it. I got to eat more food and take more supplements. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. Let's take a break and I'll show y'all some of the stuff. Let's take a break. So I'm taking L-lysine. This will help your body make collagen. Okay. This will help muscle growth. Right. This is plant-based. Right. 100%. No GMO, gluten, wheat, dairy. It's dairy free and suitable for vegans. Okay. L-lysine. That's what I'm taking. This was making my workouts, make it, you know. I'm taking L-citrulline. You have to look this stuff up, right? I'm taking L-citrulline. Same thing. All of this helps support muscle recovery and protein meta- metabolism, right? Metabolism. Okay, you might have to go back and watch this. L-citrulline, lysine, L-citrulline, L-arginine. Now the L-arginine and the lysine will cancel each other out. All right. So take one and then take the other one. Right. These help my workouts. Then I'm taking the testosterone. Testosterone. Same thing. All of this helps the muscles, right? Along with my multiple vitamins, my vitamin D, right? My vitamin D, all my various vitamins. And then I take my sea moss that I'm out right now. I don't take it back to back to back. I'll take it till it's gone. Then I'll wait a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll order it again. And then I make another keep making it till it's gone. Then I take a break, order it again, keep making it till it's gone. You see what I'm saying? These are the things, these are the things that all natural, but gets in there. And so when you're working out, you know, it'll help make the workouts better, help the muscle growth better. I don't do whey. Whey, a lot of bodybuilders have trouble with whey, so I'm not doing no whey. My protein powders are 100% plant based, no whey. Only 6 ingredients, except the one I got now. Like I had 3 different ones. I just mixed them together and made like a super protein powder. But I'm taking a lot of stuff I can't show. It's all too much stuff. Uh, my daughter and my friends were like, what is all? What is it? I say, hey, it all serves a purpose. You have to take it at different times to make sure you get the benefits out of it. Because we don't live in a natural society. And you have to supplement nature. So that's what's helping my workouts. You know what I'm saying? It's helping my workouts. My workouts are fantastic. You can feel the muscle growth and all that. Now I've been packing down the tofu. I'll eat like a whole, either a half or a whole tub a day, a couple days. I just got back on tofu recently once I found out that it has phytoestrogen and not estrogen. I didn't know. Now that I found out that it's phytoestrogen, they lied to us and made us think it had estrogen. No, tofu and soy has phytoestrogen. Phytoestrogen regulates estrogen. So it's not going to make a man feminine at all. I knew something was funny because all of these big bodybuilders, they kept saying they eat a lot of tofu. So I'm like, I'm confused because I'm like, well, wait a minute. People are telling me tofu feminize you, too much estrogen. But I'm like, how is these dudes all right? And come to find out it's not true. It's not true. You know what I'm saying? I ate tofu originally, but then people were saying that, so I put it down for many years. And now I seen the doctor, and he clarified it that it's got phytoestrogen in it. Phytoestrogen regulates estrogen. So if you're a man, the phytoestrogen gonna make sure you don't get too much. So I've been packing that in. I have to, okay, if you're gonna exercise and build muscle, it's not like just exercising to just feel good. It's a different types of exercise. So you're exercising to build muscle. So you're working on specific muscles for them to grow. You're targeting this muscle and this muscle and this muscle and that muscle. And you could feel it grow as you in the gym. When you leave in the gym, you can feel it. When you lay down, you can feel it. When you move, you can feel the muscle. It wasn't there. Oh, this wasn't there. So you could feel it. Right? You have to adjust how you walk. You have to adjust how you stand because the muscle changed the way, the way your body is hangs. You know what I'm saying? Your arms don't hang straight down no more. They kind of go like this because the muscle under there and those wings under there start to grow. So where your arm used to lay flat, now it's something under there. You can feel it. So your arms don't really lay flat. You have to get used to it. And you have to put a lot of time in and you have to eat. You have to eat a lot. You have to eat 3 times a day. You know, you can kind of get away with 2 times a day and a protein drink, but you have to be putting something in there for it to grow. Just like you got a balloon, if you don't put no air in there, it ain't gonna blow up. So as you building the muscles, you gotta feed them. You gotta feed them. You gotta feed them. You gotta feed them for them to grow. And so I've been putting this down. I got a new product I'm going to be ordering. Well, I ordered it. It should be coming Tuesday. I got a new product that I grabbed that I can't wait to try. And it's the Taiwanese vegan beef slices. And they've been in business since the 70s. And what I like about these is they have no flavor to them. So they're not allow me to add the flavor. Right? So this is going to be great. This is going to add some more protein. This is going to make it where I might be able to have tofu for one meal, this for another meal. I'm also going to be ordering this. They have a tofu that's not soy, right? But it's hard. It's up in Canada, so I'm having a hard time finding it. It looks 64 grams of protein, right? And this is like a soy-free tofu. I tried to order it They said they was gonna bring it to me, but then they called me back and said they was all out. So I'm gonna go check to see if they got it back again this week. You know what I'm saying? So this is a soy-free tofu from a company called Big Mountain. And this will help you with your workout right here. You got 64 grams of protein, right, per pack. So that means half of this is 32 grams of protein. That's great. And if you eat the whole thing, you get the whole 64 grams of protein. So you might want to eat half early in the day and the other half later, or half today with some other stuff that's got protein in it, and half another day. But you piece together your meals so that this got protein, this, and this is how you get your number you want to get. You're trying to get so much protein a day. I switched my milk because most of the plant-based milk only got 2 grams of protein in it, 3 at the most. So when I go to the store, I buy Ripple because Ripple's got 8 grams of plant protein per serving. If I drink 2 serves of that, that's 16 grams, right? But it's probably like 4 servings in there. I knock out a whole serving in one day, right? So that's 32 grams of protein throughout the day right there. And that's how I'm boosting my protein intake. So when I hit the gym, I can get some serious muscle growth because I'm trying to look like a whole new person by June next year. I ain't even trying to look like the same person. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to turn 68 and be bigger and stronger instead of most people getting more feeble. I'm not trying to go that way. People getting older, they getting more brittle, they getting more feeble. I'm reversing. I'm getting older and getting stronger, getting bigger to offset old age. Right, the moringa powder, I'm drinking that with milk. I just incorporated that yesterday. So what you're supposed to do with the moringa is you're supposed to warm up some milk, right? You're supposed to put some milk in a teapot and warm it up, right? And then you're supposed to put the moringa in the teapot with the warm milk. That's the best way to take it. Hold on. So yeah, the moringa, I just incorporated this yesterday, right? I got a whole bag of it. And what I'm doing is I'm putting it in some warm milk, right? This is a superfood, by the way, right? This is a superfood. This has a lot of stuff in it. It only got 1 gram of protein, right? But it has a lot of vitamin A, a lot of magnesium, right? But what it has the most of is the vitamin K. The vitamin K, it's got 130% of vitamin K. That's what makes this a superfood, is the vitamin K, right? It's got 6% iron, 2% potassium, 8% calcium, 20% vitamin E, 6% vitamin A, 10% manganese, but 130% vitamin K. And vitamin K is hard to get, right? So the best way to take it, because I never liked the way it tastes, so that's why I've been taking it. But in the milk is great, right? So that I just added that. That's gonna be my nighttime milk, where it's just a little bit, just a little glass. When I drink my protein shake, I drink like one of these full, and maybe one and a half. I drink a lot right before I go to the gym, right? I'll be running through my men's multiple plus 40, right, from Garden Life. Shout out to Garden Life. So I'll be taking my multiple. Look, it's almost empty. There's still a lot of them in there. It'd be like 120 in here. So if you take one a day, this is 4 months worth, right? It's my multiple. I don't take it every day, but I take it at least 5 times a week, at least. My multiple. I take my super vitamin D3. I can't advise you to take this, but there was a woman, a nurse, that said this is what we need to take. And what I like about this is 50,000 IUs of vitamin D. 50,000, right? And my Amazon store don't have everything anymore. It got a lot of stuff, but I haven't been able to update it, Kathy, because they changed it. They changed it. So I got to try to go in there next week and try to figure out what they did, because I haven't been able to. I need to take certain products off and add new products. So a lot of this stuff is not on there. Uh, so this is 50,000 IU of vitamin D. You only have to take it once a week. You don't have to take it every day. Okay. I got this from this nurse that said we're not getting enough vitamin D because we're not in the sun as much as we're supposed to be. And she suggested 50,000 IU. Each one of these is 50,000 IU. I take this once a week, right? Then I got my magnesium. I take this whenever I think about it. I don't take it every day. I might take it once or twice a week. My magnesium glycinate, right? Then I got my vitamin C in there and a whole bunch of other uh, nutrients and stuff. And then, like, maybe once a week, I put a little blackstrap molasses, just a little drop. Like when you turn it up, and the first little drop that fall out, that's all you need. That's going to give you all the iron you need, but you can't use too much blackstrap molasses because they'll make you constipate. Iron will make you constipated, but the blackstrap molasses is safer and better. Much loved, Kathy, for supporting the channel. Y'all hit the like button, share, subscribe, and support the channel, right? So, I've been really doing that, and I got a lot of stuff I have to take, so I just kind of switch it around. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking stuff for testosterone. I'm taking stuff to keep my sex drive up. All natural stuff I'm taking, right? Because I'm on like this super, super, super health kick, right? So I'm on like a super health kick, and it's kind of crazy because as I'm doing this, people around me is getting sick left and right, you know, what I'm saying? People aren't doing that well, and that could be any of us. That could be me or any of us, because you just never know what the body gonna do right? So it's not like you're going to live forever necessarily. Anything can still happen. But if you high in nutrition and exercising a lot, if you get sick, your recovery will be better than if you ain't got no vitamins and nutrients and you weak already. So even in terms of ending up in a bad car accident or something, getting some type of bug out here or some type of infection from something, the healthier you are, you still got a better chance of beating whatever it is. And this is what people don't never say. And the stronger you are, the more you can fight. You know what I'm saying? You got to be strong. Once again, thanks, Kathy. Much love. Y'all support the channel like Kathy. So the stronger you are, the better. You know, the stronger you are, the better. The better it is. Even if something do happen. And as you age, you need to be getting stronger. You need to be dropping habits. All them habits you had, you can't keep doing it. It get to a point you say, okay, I got to put this down. If you drink, you've been drinking. How long have you been drinking? So you figure, okay, I've been drinking socially since I was 19 or 20. I'm 45. All right, it's time to stop drinking totally. It's time to stop drinking totally. You can't do stuff year after year, decade after decade. You got to change it up. You got to exercise. I was exercising in my 40s. I was in top physical condition. And then I got just busy with life and children and marriage and all of that. And then I was just out of shape. I was just out of shape. I didn't even know, I wasn't even aware that I was headed in that direction to be out of shape. See what I'm saying? It'll just sneak up on you. It'll sneak up on you. It sure will. Before you know it, you'll be out of shape, right? Look at the condition I was in. I was in great condition. I was like 40, 41. Now, if I would have stayed on that route and stayed on them push ups and stayed on that, I wouldn't be doing catch up. I wouldn't be trying to catch up right now. I had to go back and play catch up. But I'm almost back. But I'm trying to get beyond this and even stronger. You understand? This is almost 30 years ago. Now, if I would have just kept working out some, I would have been fine. But I was just busy, busy doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Started a record label, married, children, stepchildren. And you just be running around. You know what I'm saying? You just be running around before you know it, time went by. So right now I'm working. I need me some abs, right? I need to be ripped in my midsection, right? And just get a little bigger. I don't want to get crazy, but I just want to be stronger as I go into 70. I want to offshoot the aging. You know what I'm saying? You already know you aging. So you got to offshoot it. You got to look at the stuff you was doing that you feel would deteriorate your health a little bit and let that stuff go. Now, lucky for me, I've been plant based all these years, so I didn't really do no whole lot of damage. It's just a sedentary lifestyle, sitting down a whole bunch. Over the years, our lives have turned to sit down lives. Our businesses is sit down businesses. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm running the record label, it's like sitting down a lot. You know, you sitting in the studio, you sitting at home, you sitting on the computer. This is where you're doing all your advertising at. This is where you're doing all your promotion. This is where you're managing your website, where you sell your music. So you just sitting, working, 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 working. And even still now, I sit down, I'm going live, I'm sitting down. I got to go check all the different stuff. It's just sit down, sit down, sit down. We sitting down more than people have ever sat down. The only ones really moving around is like nurses. Nurses be moving. They don't get to sit down. You know what I'm saying? So they got to work out to be able to walk around and be strong at the job. They have to do the opposite. They have to work and sit down. You know what I'm saying? They have to work out and sit down, right? To rest their legs and stuff. But they're trying to build up some more muscle and rest. So they got, you know what I'm saying? Nurses need to work out, split the difference, work out and sit down, basically. So they wouldn't work out hard like everybody else. They would just work out enough to increase those muscles to be able to do that job without a bunch of strain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, lifting and turning 400-pound people. So they would be doing stuff like saunas, hot baths, cardio, right? Leg, like every nurse should have like a bike, one of those sit down bikes for circulation for her legs. So she ain't standing on them, but she's still building up those muscles. Because what happens is, even though you're walking a lot, you're using the same muscles. You're not using all the muscles. So you're using the same leg muscles all the time. But it's a lot of leg muscles that ain't getting used, right? So now you got to go and work the whole leg, work the circulation, and make the leg stronger. So now when you're walking around, it seems easier to take the burden off, to make it easier to walk around and add more rest. So whereas when people might work out, you might work out 4 or 5 days a week. A nurse should only work out 2 days a week. 2 days a week, and the rest should be just trying to relax. But she definitely got to do leg exercise, and she got to do stretches, right? And she got to fortify her back. You know what I mean? She got to fortify her back because she's using it all the time. And if you build it up, it'll stop it from depleting from so much pressure of using it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Then if they got weight, they got to lose weight. If they lose weight, they're going to be moving better. You know what I'm saying? They got to lose weight. They got to get light on their feet. You know what I'm saying? So they got to be light on their feet. They got to eat really, really well because you're in the hospital with all these germs. So they should be eating a lot of stuff that fight against germs. You know what I'm saying? So they should be using cayenne pepper, garlic, onion. You know, they should be drinking, when a nurse should be drinking peppermint tea, spearmint tea, ginger, anything that's going to make sure their lungs and stuff is cleaned out and they're breathing behind all this stuff. But they got to get some muscle. You know what I'm saying? The only way you can use your muscles and not damage yourself is to build them up so that they are strong enough to do what you're trying to do. This is what LeBron and them have to do to play basketball. They can't say, oh, I'm running up and down enough. No, they got to go and they got to work out to make sure that it's not damaging them when they're running up and down. You know what I'm saying? So what's going to save you if you're a nurse, Kathy, is you got to exercise so that it ain't so strenuous, right? And it'd be like, okay, I'm a nurse. I'm walking, I'm putting all this strain on my back, my knees and stuff, right? So if my health is going this way after so many years, if I exercise, it'll build my stuff up this way. So now when I go to work, and it ain't gonna take me down like that because I'm building up, making myself stronger. So now did all this stuff at work is not so damaging. But if I'm not putting no more muscle in there and I'm just using my body like that, I'm not strengthening it. So then I'm depleting it. But if I lose some weight, eat better, get more agile, I go to work, it'll be like a breeze. They're like, dang, look at you. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like a breeze because I'm reversing this problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting my back know, listen, I got to do all this work. Let me do some back exercises. Let me make my back even stronger. So now this work ain't a lot of work for my back. It's less work for my back because I made my back stronger. I made my back stronger so that it's less work on it. I made my legs stronger so it's less work on my legs. Because if you just use your legs like they are, that's too much work on your legs and you ain't putting nothing back in it. You got to put something back in them legs. Them leg stuff is coming out of them. And then the job, next thing you know, you'll be retired and feeling great. Because our body naturally depletes. So imagine you're a nurse and you're doing all that physical. And with age, you're naturally depleting. So now you're doing more work on the depleted body. So what you got to do to offset that? Exercise, make the body reverse that aging so that all that stress won't damage you. That's what the athlete, think about it. LeBron and them do all that running, but why do they got to go exercise? Because if they don't, the running will tear them down. But if they go and exercise, then the running won't tear them down. That's why he's able to play longer than the older players was. Because now they know that. Now they know, oh, if you're going to keep playing, then you gotta keep working out to offset the aging. And I know it for a fact. It's like everything I'm doing is easier now. So if I did have a job, it'll be easier now than if I would have just kept going to work and I wasn't like getting stronger. It would have been harder and more damaging. I would advise everybody, like as you get older, you got to put some strength on. You got to put some muscle on. You have to. That's the only way you're going to be able to survive. Other than that, you're going to wear your body out. The first the first 30 days, you ain't going to want to do it. The second 30 days, you ain't going to want to do it, but you ain't going to not want to do it. So the first 30 days, if you stick through the first 30 days and work out, what happens is psychologically, you don't want to do all that for nothing. So that's what make you do the next 30 days because you're like, I already did 30 days. I'm not finna mess it up. When you do the next 30 days, now you want to go. You got to make it if you make it 60 days where you're working out at least 3 times a week, when you get to the end of the 60 days, you'll want to go. But for them 60 days, you ain't going to want to go. But you're going to want to go more on the 31st day. Just because you went 30 days, you're going to be like, well, I don't want to waste my 30 days. I don't want to waste my 30 days. So let me do the second 30 days. And once you do the second 30 days, it might just be something that now you might do it, period. You're ready. You done blew out your engine. Now you're ready to go. But a nurse should definitely go buy a used exercise bike so they can sit down and, they be still sitting down, resting their back and working their legs. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm buying foods and I'm consuming foods that's going to help build the body, that's going to add the protein that I need because I'm getting everything else I need. But I got to make sure that I'm knocking the protein in there too. And, I'll use various protein powders. But a lot of times I just get 2 and I mix them together and just make my own stuff. This one is good. It's only got like 6 ingredients. It's only got 6 ingredients. And this one is good. It got the creatine in it. I mixed the 2 together because this one got half empty. So I dumped this in there and just shook it up. I like make my own super stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got to get me some creatine by itself because this is mixed in there. And now that it's mixed with this, it ain't that much in there. So I got to order me some creatine tonight or in the morning. And this is what I make a shake. I make a shake with that. And I'll put it in the milk. A lot of times I make it with the chocolate milk. Then I'll take a break and I'll use the original. Or the kids. I really like to buy the kids. They got a couple other kids ones. I buy the kids one. But I like it because it's got 8 grams of protein in it. And most of the milks ain't got number 1 or 2 or 3 grams of protein. And this milk is made from peas. This is how advanced plant-based is getting. This is made from peas. That's why they're able to get more protein in it than all the oat. The oat don't have that much protein. The soy only got like 5, I think. So with the pea protein, they was able to push it up to 8, which is a great thing. And I got to force myself to eat and work out. You know what I'm saying? I've been working out today quite a bit in order to build muscle. And I be blending up stuff to put in my protein powder. So in my protein drinks, I be mixing up stuff. Like when I go to the store next time, I haven't put no oats in there in a long time. I get some oats. You know what I'm saying? You could get steel cut or you could get raw oats. I'll get raw oats and use them. Then I won't get it for a while. And then when I go back, I'll get the steel cut oats. I kind of change it up, you know, because you want to have variety. If you're working out over a year, you want to be to have a variety. You don't want it to be the same thing day in, day in, day out for months and months. You want to change it up. So like I haven't been using the black sesame seeds now in about 6 months. So I'm going to order those, throw those back in the mix when I make my own protein powder, because I make my own protein powder too, and I mix all this stuff together. When I make my own protein powder, I'll add this. I might take the flax seeds out and add this, or take the chia seeds out and add that, because I'll be using chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds, and another one. I'm forgetting somebody. I'll be using hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, and dang, it was right on the tip of my tongue. So I'll change it up and add some different substances, because you want to run a variety of stuff through your body, you know. But I've been blending up my own protein powders, and I try to run a lot of variety of different stuff through the body, and work out and exercise. So I just wanted to encourage you all, get out here and exercise, and make sure you get enough plant-based protein so you can put some muscle on. You have to put some muscle on. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, it's good to eat right, but you got to put some type of muscle, some type of strength on. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get swole, but you just want to make the body stronger. Okay, here's the different body parts and how many sets you should do for each body part to strengthen these body parts. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're 40. If you're 40 years old, you need to work out. You don't have to be fanatic with it. Meaning you don't have to be fanatic for years and years and years. You could just be kind of with it until you get to a certain level of being in shape. Then you could chill out and you could just stay in shape. You don't have to like spend parts of your life just a gym rat. I don't think that's healthy either. So I'm not going to be a gym rat. I'm just trying to get to a certain position. And once I get to a certain position, then it's smooth sailing. All I got to do is work out every now and then to stay like that. I'm not going to be trying to get stronger and stronger. I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to do all that. I just want to reach a certain level and then just stay there. That's it. I'm not going to want to just be in the gym the rest of my life, because I believe too much of the gym also destroys your body. You're going to wear your parts out. just like anything else. So I just want to be stronger, get to a certain level, but I don't want to be fanatical about it. But the same way I don't want to be fanatical about it, I don't want to be fanatical sitting around doing nothing. That's fanatical too. Sitting around, gaining weight, no muscle, not working out, not using none of your muscle. That's fanatical too. You know, that's fanatical in the backwards way. One person working out the rest of their life and you ain't doing nothing the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? But for me, when you getting older, you better offset that. You better offset that. Because if you don't, your hand-eye coordination gonna be gone, your circulation gonna be gone, your balance gonna be gone. You ain't gonna be able to have good balance when you get going into 50 years old and you ain't been exercising. You're gonna start to lose your balance, which means you could fall now. If you working out and you exercising and you get strong, if you do fall, it's a high possibility you won't even get that hurt. You might just scrape up your knee or something. But if you weak and fragile, uncoordinated, and fall, you probably will break something. Seriously. I feel like since I've been working out 3 years, if I fail now, I'll be in better shape than if I would have failed 3, 4 years ago, for sure. I probably just hop right back up. It probably won't do nothing, depending on how bad it was. But even if it was bad, I would be strong enough to offset it. I fall and bust my head out, go get some stitches and still be moving. It won't be like I got to be in the hospital because I didn't got decrepit. I haven't been using my muscles. I'm all fragile because you got to think, you got these muscles. If you don't, you got these bones. If you don't put no muscles around the bones, what's going to protect the bones? How you going to protect your body if you ain't got no cushion? Muscles is cushion. You need cushion. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be bone, chest, and just nothing on you but fat. That ain't no cushion. Fat's not solid enough. You know what I mean? Fat's not solid enough. And then if you ain't take care of yourself, you've got some weight on you, you're going to be even more out of balance. Seriously. So I just wanted to try to encourage y'all. I don't like to do nothing, don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to order my sea moss tomorrow or later on this evening. That's going to give you all the minerals you need if you put some bladderwrack with it. This is where I get my sea moss from, Red's Kitchen. Make sure your sea moss is wild crafted. See, it say wild crafted, Irish moss. It's got to say wild crafted. It should be skinny looking like this. If it's all fat, that's the man-made sea moss. That's the one they put in a tub or something and made it. No, you want the one really from the ocean. It's going to look thin like this. You see how thin that look in the bag? Now this bag will make 3 big old pots. One of them glass pots that look like a teacup. I take a third and soak it and then make a whole bowl. It take me a month or so to use that. Then I take another third. It take me a month or so to use that. And then it take another third. Yeah, you just get it, Angela. You're gonna love it. It's got all the minerals in it, except a few. Every mineral that the body needs. And if you have bladderwrack with it, you got every mineral that's in the human body. And all you do is take a third of it out. It's hard, and you put it in a bowl, and you got to fill that bowl up with water because it's gonna swell up. Don't just put the water over it. You're gonna come. It's gonna be out of the water. So you're gonna put it in a bowl, and you're gonna put a lot of water in there. And then when you get up, it's gonna be swole up. Then you take it and you pour the water off of it, and you put it in the blender and blend it. And when you blend it, You add a little bit, a little bit. Hold on. I might got a video of it. Let me see if I can show y'all myself making it. I think I got a video making it. I'm going to show it to y'all. Give me a minute. You know, we trying to get the best information over here to help people, right? And we want to help each other, and we want to grow. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all. I think I got a video making it. Hold on. There you go. Hold on. I'll show you how to make it, okay? This is going to be the livest channel on social media for the vegans. We're gonna keep it real and help everybody out. Right? So we all be doing good. Not children be doing good. I will show you how it is done. And those people got the real sea moss, so you got to be careful. And they quick, great service. You're never going to have a problem. You're going to always get your product. You're going to always get your product. You're never going to have to worry about that. You're not going to have to worry one bit. Red's Kitchen. That's the people right there. You always going to get your product. You're never going to have to worry about it. Top quality. And they got the purple. The purple smell more oceany. More like the ocean. And when I ordered today, I'm going to order the purple and that one. I'm going to make one, then I'm going to make the other one. I make the purple one is like the ocean. I'm telling you. The purple one is like the ocean. And it costs more. That show you it's more nutritious. The purple one is way super nutritious. I get it every now and then. Okay, let me show you all and support the channel, you all, and let me show you all how to make sea moss. Yep, use Pharaoh in the kitchen with Pharaoh. Here we go. All right, check it out. Now I'm making my protein shake. So I'm making a protein shake, right? And then I'm going to put some sea moss in the protein shake. So that's what's going on now. Instead of rinsing it out, I'll just make a protein shake in the sea moss that's left in the blender. See what I mean? Because you can't get it all out. You don't want to waste it. So I'll just blend up all that's left in there, make a protein shake right in there so it automatically mix in, and I got all my nutrition. This is the black sesame seeds that I'm putting in there first. That's the bladder rack. I'm going to soak the bladder rack and put it in there. And now it will have every mineral in the human body. Okay? The bladder rack, you can soak it right away. You don't have to soak it overnight. The sea moss, you got to soak it overnight or not, or at least 6 hours or so till it's fully swelled up. The bladder rack, as soon as I put water on it for a minute, it's going to get soft. I'm going to put that in there. So this is what I was telling y'all. The bladder rack with the sea moss gives you every mineral, vitamin and mineral needed for the body. Every one, every mineral in the human body is in this drink once I put the bladder rack with the sea moss. Sea moss has 92 of the vitamins and minerals needed that's in the human body, and bladderwrack has the other 10. So with the bladderwrack and the sea moss, you get all 102 minerals and vitamins needed in the human body. You see? So that's all 102 vitamins and minerals needed in the human body when I mix it with the bladderwrack. And that's how you make it. And instead of, and I show you something else too. Let me show you something else. Okay, you see this? You see them strands? You see the sea moss? You see how strand now? You're gonna put it in some water and soak it overnight. Right? You see? And now look at it now. Look how fat it is. Look how fat it is now. From this to this. See how much it swells up? That's just a third of the bag. A third of the bag made all of that. It's just a third of the bag. And that sea moss that I put in that container, that's going to last a long time, okay? Because you're only using a little bit at a time. And rather than rinse the thing out, I just make my milk right in it and drink that right then and get that nutrition. And that's going to have everything you need. And like you get that to your babies. You get that to the children. They don't have to know it. Just blend it up in their juice or something. They ain't going to even know it's in there. Your babies ain't going to even know it's in there. Put it in your husband's stuff. Don't tell him it's in there. Don't tell him nothing. Yeah, don't tell him nothing. Put it in something. He ain't going to even know it's in there. He ain't going to even know. He getting all that nutrition. Every bit of nutrition that's in the body, he going to be getting it without even knowing it. Without even knowing, he ain't even know he getting it. It's something that definitely that's definitely something that you should be having in your body for sure. It's definitely something you should be having in your body. You're gonna have all your vitamins and nutrients in your body with that, and then with the bladderwrack, you're gonna get everything because all of those substances is in the earth, and your body is made from the same elements that's in the earth. The same elements is in the earth. Is in that bladderwrack and that sea moss. Nobody wants you to know. Okay? Because if you know, then you're going to take care of yourself and they're going to lose money. They're going to lose money if you know. Okay? Because they make money off you being sick. Being sick is a big business. So they're not going to tell you nothing. And you're going to have all your nutrition. Ladies, your hair going to be growing like crazy. Your nails going to be growing like crazy. And you're going to notice it. You're going to notice it. You're going to feel better. And that's what I'm saying. We found out that there's plants in the sea too. How good would maca root last after the expiration date? I really don't mess with stuff once it expires because it's got an expiration date for a reason. And when you mess with something that expires, you're taking a chance of something happening to you. You know what I'm saying? You're taking a chance of getting some type of infection or who knows what. You know what I'm saying? Mold. You know what I mean? That's how you mess yourself up. Once it got the expiration date, there's an expiration date on there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Once it got an expiration date, throw it away. You know what I'm saying? It'd be irresponsible for me to tell you to use it. Because how old is it? It don't last. You know what I'm saying? So you see, y'all, sea moss contains a variety of vitamins with claims that it can contain up to 92 of the 102 minerals and vitamins the human body needs. Specifically, it's known to be a good source of vitamins like A, C, K, as well as B, like riboflavin and folate. You understand? While some sources highlight the presence of up to 92 minerals and vitamins, others emphasize the importance of the specific vitamins like A, C, K, and B vitamins. It also contains minerals like calcium, magnesium, iron, and potassium. How long would sea moss last in the fridge? It lasts a long time because it's a gel. If you using it if you make what I said, just a third, and you using it, it's gonna be gone, right? And you want to keep it covered, right? So you want to keep it covered, right? So you want a bowl. You want a bowl with the lid on it. You know what I'm saying? I use that big bowl, man. I love it, man. I use that, man. I love the bowl I be using, man. I love it. I got two of them. Really, I think I got three. I got a small one and I got two big ones. Man, I love that thing, man. That thing is the best thing in the world, man, as far as having your food and stuff, man. I got the big one with the red top on it. It's the best. I ain't gonna lie. It looked like Pyrex or something. Because originally I had got it because I was gonna put it on the stove and make tea, and I found out it can't sit on the fire. So I started putting it in the oven and baking it. And it's got a top on it, and it's already ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna show you the one I've used. I put it in there, it don't never go bad because it's like a gel, so it ain't gonna go bad anyway. It's like a gel. It's like a gel. But you're supposed to be using it every day. At least you're supposed to be using it. So if it's just sitting in there, if you don't think you're gonna use it, then just make less. Don't make a third if you ain't gonna use it. You know what I'm saying? Don't make a third of a bag. Make less if you ain't sure you're gonna use it. I'm using mine. The whole point is nutrition. So if you're gonna get it, you ain't gonna use it every day. You might as well not even buy it. Because you get something like that, you're supposed to use it every day. At least 4 or 5 times a week. You're supposed to use it. You're supposed to use it. You know what I'm saying? If you're really concerned about your health. But just, if you don't think you're gonna use it, just make less. But who the hell want to keep making it over and over again? This the one I got. I got two of them. I put it in, put the top on it, put it in the refrigerator. I use it. If you're scooping it out of there, nice size scoops, and throwing it in your blender, blending them up every day, you're gonna use it up before it go bad. So I don't know when it's gonna go bad because I never let it sit in there that long. But if you ain't sure you're gonna use it, just make less instead of wasting it. But if you put it in a nice drink, you ain't gonna know what's in there. You know what I'm saying? But I got this thing right here. It's beautiful. It's nice and it's huge. And this is what I put it in. This is what I put it in to soak it. I put it in there to soak it. Then I put it in the blender and I rinse that out. And when it's done, I pour it back in there and put the top on it. Put it in the refrigerator. I don't make the bladder rack with it and let it sit. Every time I make a protein shake, I make the bladder rack fresh. But the sea moss last. The sea moss last. And it's the company I get it from. Red's Kitchen. 100% professional. It need to be thin like that. If you buy it from somebody else, you get that thick, and it's all thick. You got beat out. You want to get wild crafted. Wild crafted means it says it's natural. If it's not wild crafted, that means they got a big tub or a big pool and they put some in there and they got the water going back and forth and they made some sea moss. They grew their own sea moss, which is not going to have the nutrition as the one that this one just comes straight out of the ocean. You see, contains over 92 minerals and nutrients. That's it right there. You ain't gonna have to worry about no nutrition deficiencies. That's for sure. I just used mine up about maybe 6 weeks ago, but I use it all the time, so I don't have to rush to get no more. I'll be taking so much of it. I'm gonna order another bag though. I was just thinking about it yesterday. That's why I told y'all about it. So I got to order another bag and put it back in my drinks. I put that in my protein drinks. My protein drinks be like Superman. It'd be like Superman drinks. You know what I'm saying? All the nutrition's in it right there. You see the body got 102 minerals. It needs 102 minerals. This got 92. I use it every day. I use it every day or maybe 5 times a week. You know what I'm saying? I use it every day or 5 times a week. Just whatever you're gonna drink, blend it up in there. You know, blend it up and whatever you want to drink. Because when you got something like that, right, and it's got the minerals in it, what you want to do? You want to get it in the body. You don't want to get that. You got all these minerals to make the body healthy, and you got it sitting there. Like that don't make no sense. Even one a day, say one a day vitamin. Yeah, you could put it in a smoothie. You could put it in a smoothie. You could put it in juice. You could put it, yeah. And when you put it in, you ain't gonna know what's in there. You put like 2 big tablespoons in there. I'll be putting a glob in there. You don't taste it, it be gone. Jazzy, I'm telling you, your hair gonna be growing faster. Your nails gonna be growing faster. I'm telling you. No, no, because no, because you only put a little bit. You only put a little bit of the bladder wrap, just a few things of it, because you're making it for personal size. You don't need that much. You just put a little bit in there. You ain't gonna taste it. You ain't gonna taste it if you blend it up with anything, any type of smoothie or whatever. It's not strong enough to overpower no smoothie or nothing. But with the bladder rack, you just use a little bit, just a little. Let me show how much I used again. Just a little bit. You don't put no lot of bladder rack in there because you make because you adding it because you adding it with the see when I added it when I made my drink. When I made my drink, I added it. See how much I put in there, and I made a whole pitcher. If you don't make a whole pitcher, put half that amount in there. But I made a whole pitcher. This is what it looked like dry. That's how much I put in there dry. So what you would do if you're just making a glass or so, just put half this amount. This is just a little bit. Okay, you just put a half of this amount. I'll be making a pitcher. I never taste the sea moss or the bladder rack, to be honest with you. Neither one of them is that strong where it's going to overpower nothing, really. The taste ain't that strong where it's going to overpower nothing. Like if you make like a half a blender or stuff, yeah, you ain't going to taste it. It's going to be good. It ain't that strong. As a matter of fact, the bladder rack smell a little fishy, but don't taste. It don't taste like it smell. But you can barely smell. You can barely smell either one of them, though. No, you won't taste it. It's gonna disappear. But them vitamins and nutrients gonna be in that drink. All 102. All 102. And this is how we expand the art form because we found out there's plants in the sea, spirulina, and all of that. There's some powerful stuff in the ocean. chlorella. Chlorella is another one. I got the chlorella tablets though. I take the chlorella tablets. I don't do the powder. I don't do the powder with the chlorella. I do the tablets. You know what I'm saying? With the chlorella. The spirulina, I mix that in a fruit drink. I got a big thing of that too. I like change and switch them up. But when I make the sea moss, I don't switch that up. I just take that till it's gone. Then when it's gone, that's why I don't take it no more. For a while, then I take it again. But like the chlorella, I take them with my vitamins. When I take my vitamins, I take the chlorella, the spirulina I use. See, when you get all that stuff, you switch it around. You just make sure you take it. You don't try to. The only thing I use every day is the sea moss until it's gone. The other stuff, I switch them around to make sure that I get them in my body. Like the chlorella, I take that maybe like once a week or maybe twice a month, like that. The chlorella. You know, I take that once a week or twice a month. The spirulina, I take that even less. I really should take the spirulina a little more. It's a superfood too. All this stuff is superfoods. But you have to juggle it around. Take this one here, take that one there. Look at it and take it with whatever you got to go with it. Kind of like that. But you definitely want to get that stuff in your body. Because if you're not getting it in your body, you're not getting everything you need to get. You're not getting all your nutrients. So the spirulina, I got some spirulina. I got the blue one spirulina over there. I'm adding fruit smoothies to my repertoire. So that's where I'm gonna get the spirulina in my body. What's chlorella? I'll show you. It's got a lot of protein and everything in it. I'll show you. Chlorella is a single-cell freshwater green algae that has been used as a dietary supplement for centuries. It is rich in nutrients, including protein, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. A nutrient boost. Chlorella is a good source of protein, vitamin B12, iron, and other essential nutrients. Detoxification. Chlorella contains chlorophyll, which may help bind the heavy metals and other toxins in the body. So it'll grab the metals in your body and take them out. Cardiovascular health. Chlorella may help lower cholesterol levels and improve blood pressure. Immune function. Chlorella is rich in antioxidants, which may help boost the immune system. Blood sugar control. Some studies suggest that chlorella may help regulate blood level sugar levels. Anti-inflammatory. Chlorella contains compounds that may help reduce inflammation. Skin health. Chlorella is a good source of antioxidants which may help protect the skin from damage. Weight loss. Chlorella may help promote weight loss by increasing satiety and boosting metabolism. So it does a lot of stuff. Chlorella is like a superfood. I think it's got iodine in it too. Let me see. I think that's why I take it. Yeah, chlorella contains iodine. That's why I take it. Chlorella is a freshwater algae rich source of nutrients, including iodine. The iodine content in chlorella can vary depending on the strain and growing condition, but it's typically around 20 to 70 milligrams per 100 grams. It is important to note that excessive iodine intake can be harmful, especially for people with thyroid disorder. Therefore, it is recommended to consult with the healthcare professional before consuming chlorella or other iodine rich foods if you have any concerns about your iodine intake. So that's why I only take a chlorella every now and then, like once every 2 months or something. That's how I take chlorella. I don't take it every day because you don't need that much iodine. But it's good to have in the house. You just take it. Ain't gonna do nothing if you just take one. You just take one and just take it when you think about it. Don't take them every day. But like copper, I take copper too. Those I just take to make sure it's in my body. I don't take those every day. But definitely you need iodine. Ain't no doubt about that. What kind do I get? I get this one. I get this one. This is a company I trust, so I get a lot of stuff from them. Some of these companies is bogus. So I take that every now and then. I take the chlorella every blue moon. Every blue moon I take it. I take one. See, they little taps like this ain't gonna do nothing to you. Just take one. Take one every 2 months. I get them from some food. Hold on, I got some. Let me show them to you. I take them every blue moon. I put them in a jar. I take them every blue moon. See, this is what they look like. This is what they look like. They some little green tablets. I take them every blue moon. I need to take one now. I'm thinking about it. I take them every blue moon just to make sure I'll get my iodine and all the other great stuff it got in it. I put them in a jar so they stay, so I wouldn't have to keep opening that bag. I take them every blue moon. That's how you do. You take certain stuff you just take every now and then. So in other words, you don't want to have a lot of it, but you don't want to have none. Well, chlorella is good to get. Chlorella is good to get. All of those sea plants are good to get and have in the house and take them every now and then. That way you always get nutrition. You messing with this. Okay, you do your sea moss, now it's gone. So you don't gotta rush and order it no more, right? So if you get this bag of sea moss and you take it, okay, let's say you take a third out of there and you take it and you make it and you take it. You can just seal this bag up, it's gonna last. So you don't have to go back and make no more, but just use up what you made. So if you want to take breaks, you can make a bowl, use it up. You're gonna use it up in about 2 or 3 weeks. Then don't make no more weight. And then when you feel like it, take another third out, make another bowl, use it up, wait. Then take the other third out, make another bowl, use it up. And then just don't order it. Like I don't have none now because I didn't order it right away because I took it and now I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna take it again. But I take mine, I make a bowl. When it's gone, I make a bowl. When it's gone, I make a bowl. Then I don't order it no more. But I'm in the gym. So I'm on some Superman stuff. So that's why I be taking mine like that. Because I'm trying to make sure that my workouts is like I'm getting the most out of my workouts. But just don't make that much with the sea moss. That's all. Just make a little bit. But when you make it, use it up. You gotta look like this. If you're trying to put vitamins in your body, you're gonna have to put them in there for your body to catch up. You know what I'm saying? You don't think you're gonna be able to take sea moss one day and all of a sudden you got all your vitamins. The body don't work like that. If you need vitamin C, you're gonna have to buy a jar of vitamin C, and you're gonna have to take that vitamin C every day, at least 5 days a week, if you want your body to have vitamin C. You can't think you took one vitamin C. Oh, now I'm straight. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to take this stuff to make sure it's in your body. It's not just in your body because you took it one time. You want your body to be fortified. You understand? When we talking vitamins and stuff, you got to make sure your body's fortified. You got to take these vitamins regularly for them to work, for it to be in your body. You got to take them. I'll show you something else. See, I don't take all this stuff all the time because I got too much stuff. But I have moments where I focus on one, like this. Now, ladies, y'all need to have this. Skin, nails, and hair. Okay? This will grow your hair and your nails. Right? It's from the company Solgar. And what this does, and this is plant-based, this makes your body make collagen. So you need collagen. Well, this will help your body create collagen. Now, I was using another brand. A lady friend of mine, I had bought her some. And when she went to a beauty shop, she went to get her dreads braided. And the lady in there, she told her what she was using. The lady said, don't use that one, use this one. And she came and told me that this one was better than the one we was using. So I bought this one. This is Solgar. And this is what this beautician swear by. This beautician, she swears by it. She says that she's been taking it. She says she takes it all the time and that her hair start growing like crazy. So she tells all her patients to take it. She tells all her patients to take it. You can get it on Amazon. I haven't even took mine, but I took a fourth of the bottle. I can't take all this stuff all the time because I be focusing on certain things that I'm trying to focus on. So I find patches when I'm not taking the other stuff, and then I take that. Just I've just fit it in. Oh, you know what? Let me do this for my hair and skin. Then I'll take that for a few days. I'll leave something else out, and I'll take that. That's how you do. You juggle them around. You know what I'm saying? You get all that stuff, but you juggle it around. You know what I'm saying? Your mind will tell you when to take it. You don't even have to think about it. Your mind gonna be like, take that. Yeah, your intuition will tell you, take that. It'll take that for a few days. You have things in you that give you suggestions. Okay, this right here. Because if you get the collagen, that's from animals, and we plant based. So we get the collagen builders instead of the collagen. So this is what the lady at the beauty shop, because we was getting a different one. I was getting a different one. And the lady said, no, this one was better than the one I was getting. I believe it too. Because this company, Sogar, they've been in business since 1947 and they don't play around. Look, glass bottles. They really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got their stuff in no plastic. I respect Sogar. Sogar got some dignity about their products. If I don't know, if I'm looking for a certain substance and I don't know who to get it from, I get it from Solgar. Like if somebody tell me something new, oh, take this. And I don't know, I see these other companies, I go with them. Because I know they stuff is right. I buy a lot of stuff from Solgar. They stuff be right. Professional too. You know what I'm saying? This will help y'all with y'all hair. And you just switch these things around. I got a whole cabinet full of stuff. I just switch it around. Take this in the morning. I take this in the evening. Okay, I haven't took this in a while. Let me take this. And I'll switch them up. I'll switch up which ones I'm taking. You know what I'm saying? So I at least get them all through my body though, but I switch them up to get it through there. Every blue moon I take the copper. I might take the copper like 3 times a year. That's it. But at least I know I got some copper. That's what I be thinking. At least I know I got my copper in there. I be thinking like that. Long as I got it in there, it's cool. Now, some things I have to have. So the sea moss I don't play with because that's got all the nutrients in it. If I'm trying to go to the gym, I'm trying to get strong. Why wouldn't I take something that got all these nutrients and stuff in it? It's money, but it's a great investment. There's no better investment than your health. You know what I'm saying? Health as well. So once again, yeah, you get your sea moss from them. I trust them. I used to get it from another company. They went out of business. Sometimes it took forever to send my stuff. Soon as you order from Red's Kitchen, your stuff gonna come. And they got the purple. They got the purple. You can tell it's real. Man, Red's Kitchen ain't no joke. You feel me? Hold on. Support the channel. Check it out. Red's Kitchen. They got a lot of products. You know what I'm saying? But they don't be playing though. Look at all their reviews on the sea moss. Now hold on. Here go the sea moss. See, they got the purple. They got the purple popping. Oh, they say 23% off. I need to order now. I need to get the purple. The purple though, this purple is more fishy tasting, but the way I put it in my drink, I still don't really taste it. But you can tell it costs more too. It's more rare. Okay. I'll be ordering it though. Queen getting her money. You know what I'm saying? Look, showing you the sea moss straight out the ocean in her hand. You feel me? So yeah, Red's Kitchen, they got you. You know what I'm saying? Red's Kitchen, they got you. Straight up. Health is wealth. I know all that stuff been helping me. You could tell. You could tell. You don't be sluggish. You're always ready to go. As a matter of fact, sometimes you be tired because you done went so long. Man, I be going so long. Shoot, sometimes I have to sleep late. But it's because I've been going and going. The nutrients be having me gone. I might be up 20 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? So that's the message for the day. Gain some muscle. Get you some muscle on that body to make it easier to move around. You know what I'm saying? Men, if you don't work out, you ain't gonna have no nitric oxide, and it's gonna affect your. You're gonna end up having ED. You're gonna have ED. You gotta have circulation. You gotta have circulation. If not, it's gonna affect your sex life. You better work out. If not, it's gonna affect your sex life. Ladies, the better you eat, the better you smell. The more you won't be dry. And you won't age. No matter what nobody tell you, you eating them plants and stuff like that, you will not age like that. You will not. If I didn't get stabbed, I probably wouldn't even have no gray hair. I probably just got gray hair from the stress of having to learn how to walk and shit over again. But man, I'm telling you, man, even that, I'd still feel great. But if it wasn't for that, you probably wouldn't even know how old I am if it wasn't for that. All that trauma on my body. That's facts. All that trauma on my body, and I'm still doing better than other people my age. So imagine how good I'd be if I didn't have all that trauma. Real talk. I'm telling you. And you might have trauma too. It's anything, car accident, anything. So the better you eat, the better you're going to survive if something do happen. You got to have them vitamins and nutrients in your body. Your body is liquid. Your skin is soft. Okay? You got to eat soft stuff. You got to eat things that's going to put moisture in your body. Ain't no moisture in meat. Ain't no moisture in bread. Ain't no moisture in French fries. You got to have moisture. You got to eat oranges and apples and watermelons. You got to eat spinach and stuff like that. Zucchini. You got to eat moisture. You can still eat rice and stuff, but you got to have moisture with it. You can eat beans, but the beans taste better when they moist than when they bone dry. Know what I'm saying? But you got to have moisture, and you got to believe in the Creator, that the Creator know what it's doing when it put all this food down here. What you think it's here for? There's no Creator made it where you got to bust no animal in the head to live. That sounds crazy. So take advantage of the plants that really take care of your body and work out. Work out. Do something. Because right now, this generation, which is all of us, we sit down too much. We sitting down too much. Generation before us didn't sit down. We sit down a lot. Our jobs and what we got to do, and even our entertainment, the amount of time we in the car, the amount of time we on the bus, the amount of time we on the train, the amount of time we on the plane, we sit down a lot. No generation has sat down as much as those of us living today. Tell me I'm lying. Ain't nobody ever sat down this much. So we got to move, okay? We got to move. So get up and move. Get some exercise on. You know what I'm saying? And eat clean. All right? That's what it is. So stay positive and live life. Victory.